Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Karam Jamil and this is my first ever YouTube video. If I get a good response, I might make few other videos. So in this video, we will be doing some basic networking configuration in Cisco Packet Tracer. The idea is to make it simple, a basic lab that you make at home or in Cisco Packet Tracer, just to make it simple. So in this video, we will be connecting two different networks with a router. For the first network, we will be using two computers which will connect to a switch which will further connect to a router. Similarly, we will make another network with two computers and a switch which will further connect to a router. So for the first network, let's choose our two computers. And for the second network, let's choose two more computers. Now the devices we need is a switch. So let's connect our first network, first two computers with a switch, and then let's connect our two other computers with a switch. Now we need a router. So let's place our router here. Okay, so these are the devices we need to make this network. Now we need some cables, and for that we will use copper straight through cable to connect our computers with the switch. So why are we using copper straight through? Because we need to connect another device with our computer. So let's use fast Ethernet on the interface of fast Ethernet 0/1. So let's connect our second computer with the switch using the fast Ethernet with fast Ethernet G0/2. So let's connect our second network using the same cables. So now let's connect our second computer with the switch using fast Ethernet on the interface of 0/2. Okay, to connect our switches with the router, we use gigabit Ethernet. Let's connect our second switch with the router. Alright, so as we are done with our cabling, you can notice that our switches are not properly connected with the router. They are not communicating because we haven't configured it yet. So now what we need to do is we need to configure our router, and for that we are going to the CLI. So it's asking, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? We will say no. And alright, so press enter, and then it says what we need to do is we need to give the enable command. So we can either give the complete enable command or use en. Okay, so now we need to give the configure terminal command. So we can either use the configure terminal or we can also use a shortcut of conf t. Connect with our first interface, which is interface G0/0, and we will assign our IP addresses. For that we will use the command IP address. Let's assign the basic IP, which is 192.168.1.1, and our subnet mask, which will be 255.255.255.0. Alright, and at the end we will use no shutdown command. So our first interface, it has been configured successfully, and you can see the state is up now. So now we need to connect our second interface. For that we can either end it and then restart the process, but since we are already in global configuration mode, we don't need to do that. So what we will do is, so now we will connect our second interface, which was interface G0/1, and we will assign the IP address. That will be 192.168, and it should be 2.1. Why 2? Because it's our second network. In the first network we used 1.1 IP address, but in the second network we will use 2.1, but our subnet mask will be the same, so 255.255.255.0, and at the end we will use no shutdown. Alright, it's up now, so time to go back. And now, as you can see, they are communicating properly. So our lab doesn't end here. What we need to do is we need to configure our computers as well. We need to assign them IPs, and for that we will go to IP configuration. So for the first computer we will assign that an IP of 192.168.1. Let's give it 10, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and our default gateway, it will be 192.168.1.1. Alright, so for the second computer, let's go to IP configuration, and 192.168.1.11. we are assigning it an IP of 11. At the end, the subnet mask is the same, the default gateway, because this is our first network. Again, our default gateway is 192.168.1.1. Alright, so for our second network, now we need to configure our second computer, and for that the IP address we use is 192.168.2, not 1 but 2.10. This is the IP address that we assign to our computer, and the subnet mask will be the same, and the default gateway 192.168.2.1. So you've noticed that I have entered 2.1 here. Why? Because it's a second network. So in the first network we used 1.1, but in the second network we use 2.1. Alright, so now let's configure our last computer. Let's go to the IP configuration, and our IPv4 address, it's 192.168.2.11, and the subnet mask remains 255.255.255.0, and our default gateway 192.168.2.1, because this is our second network. Alright, so our configuration is complete, and now let's see if our traffic is working. For that we will send our first packet from PC1 to the router, and it is successful. From PC2 to router, it is successful. From PC3, from the second network to the router, it is successful. And from the last computer of the second network, it is successful. Now let's see our simulations. So yes, everything is working fine. So that's it. That's our basic lab. In the next video, we will do something else. So I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, do subscribe my channel, and we will make some more videos for you. See you. Bye.